Welcome back to part 7, the final part of this build. With no messing about, Nikki and I are getting straight on to insulating and sheeting the ceilings with plasterboard, then we'll move on to clad the walls. Make sure you stick around to the end of the video as I'll showcase you the final product, and if you've missed any of the previous parts, I'll leave a link to the playlist for you to click on. Now, because the bathroom is a wet area, we're sheeting this in 6mm Villa board.
Yeah, so we did a bit of plasterboard yesterday. I'm gonna finish it off today, hopefully. Just need to pull my finger out. Just drilling the holes for the TV power and TV aerial. Just look good right there and there. Not a lot of people do what I'm doing right now, but texting the plasterer last night, saying to him, you know, it's good to always keep other trades in mind when doing your work. Makes the job run a lot smoother and everybody's happy, everybody can get their job done. It's like working in a team. A lot of people don't do that anymore. They generally just get in, bang their job out and move on to the next one, and then it's up to the next person to sort of fix anything that's wrong with their work, which is not how I was taught. My boss was 63 years old, so he was pretty old school as it was, and I like the way he operated, and that's how I also like to operate. There we go, power, aerial. Beautiful. Glue her up, throw her in. We're so close to this room being done. Have to make sure the insulation is not in the way of the sheet. Otherwise it'll put buckle and bows in the wall. And then, like I do on every butt join, I don't know if you can see that, it creates a nice little recess there. I'm not sure if you noticed that we like to stagger the joints, don't do that. The only reason I've done that is because of the door jamb right here for the cupboard. It's going to cover all that up, you don't even need to set it. But yeah, we stagger the joints, it's stronger that way. Plus if you were to set that, there is a possibility of that whole joint just cracking through, and obviously doesn't look that good.
Now you can see the blue stuff on the studs that I've been squeezing out of the sausage gun. This stud adhesive will permanently hold the sheets there, while the screws are there to hold it until it sets. With all the interior linings now completed, we're going to move on to cladding the outside walls. With weatherboards, we always start from the bottom up. This ensures we have a nice overlap to protect from the weather. Once we've sheeted the wall, I start to mark every stud with a level, and while Nikki brings in the sheets for the next wall, I'll nail all these off to stop them flapping in the wind. On this wall you can see that when we mark the heights of the weatherboards, we always measure from the top of the frame. This ensures that your weatherboards will line up on each side of windows and doors, and when it comes to the corners, they'll line up perfectly. Now that we've finished cladding this gable end, we're going to frame up for the soffit sheets to go in next.
So yesterday we finished the cladding and the soffit on this job. Today we're going to be doing the trims to finish it off, close up all the gaps, ready for paint. Well, I am also going to finish the stormwater connection for the downpipe from the roof. Also going to do a gravel trench around the perimeter of the building to give the building protection against the termites. So it creates a termite barrier in the trench, giving yourself at least 100 mil clearance from the ground around the build. Got to do the edging on the gravel pit as well. Simple border, full of gravel. It's also a good little thing to help the water drain away as well. There will be aggie pipe to assist with the water drainage. But yeah, I'm just going to go pick up the gravel now from rock and soil and see when we get there. Yeah, rock and soil.
I didn't want to film them in their workplace, but I managed to grab a few bags of gravel, and now we're heading back to site to get the job done. After I do the trims that finish off between the cladding and the soffit sheet, I like to go through and check that any major gaps are filled with Sikaflex to assist the painter later. Like I was saying in the car earlier, I'm just removing the dirt from the foundations to give us that gap from the termites and to allow us to install the aggie pipe that's going to control the stormwater flow.
What do you reckon, guys? Just done a big cleanup. Done a gravel trench to prevent termites. Give it that barrier from natural ground to the building and the frame. It's already got a termite barrier. You might be able to see that blue underneath the sliding door here. The cladding comes down over the slab further than the frame as well, which has got its own weather protections like damp course and builder's wrap. But yeah, we did all the soffites yesterday and the trim today. Just looking a lot neater out here. I've just sat the aircon there for now. Did the downpipe as well. It's a lot different to a couple of weeks ago when I was walking through telling you what I was doing with the slab. That trench runs all the way down here as well. And this existing grate here has a barrier there to stop the drainage gravel, but it all flows through into an Aggie pipe. But yeah, it's looking good. The plaster has started setting a little bit yesterday. I don't know if you can see inside. There you go. But he's taped in all his joints.
It's been about a week now and the plaster has finished setting all of his joints, so I'm sharpening my pencil to get onto the trims.
I'm just going around all the window corners, doors as well, doing a 3mm quirk, and that's representing how far off the edge of the jambs and reveals your architrave is going to start. And it'll just give it that nice little edge. Create some consistency. So if this window is 950 roughly, I'll probably cut it to 1.50 m both ways. 1.50 m will get us full length arc. So we do a 45 on one side of the length. You probably have a 45 on the other side, but it'll be the wrong way because you just keep feeding it through and cutting it, but you'll see that soon when I do them on the saw. What did I say, 1.50 m? All of these will be pretty much roughly the same. So if we go 2150, that'll be more than enough to ensure accuracy. And I do that for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2150 should work there as well. We may just have to lift it up a touch, which is fine because it's having tiles. So 8, 9, 10, 10 and 1.50 m. Sorry, 2150. 1250, so we'll go 1350 this way, times 2, and 1550, so we'll go 1650. I'm just adding 100 mil with 42 mil architraves. Benefit of cutting all the long ones first is you'll be left with lengths like this, which I'm pretty sure they will all work for that bathroom window. Oh yeah, so I'll grab 4 of these, set up a 45 degree. Go ahead and cut it. Now it doesn't matter square edge or even if you had a continuation of that when you feed them through, for example, the wrong way, doesn't matter because then by the time you mark it, you'll have that extra room left. So this is why we do the quirks. Quickly mark this one and cut it just to show you, and then I'll continue on with the other window and doors. So, and then we just write T for top. And also, you might have seen I also mark the angle. That way, you make sure you're not gonna cut it the wrong way. Right. Left. Bottom. Because they're all the same angle, we will turn the 45 the other direction. 38s in it. We'll reduce down to the 32 mil nails for the cavity sliding doors. And the reason we do that, so we don't punch through this little jam here and go into the door with our nail. Okay, so I like to always start with the bottom one, gives you something to rest on. So I like to expose the line when I'm nailing them off. Always glue all your miters. I like to finish with the top piece. And I only like to go up to the 1-2 nails. Just on these side ones. First, when you put the top one on, you might need to move them a little bit left or right. It looks like it's all going to line up real nice. I like to just put a bit of extra glue on the surface there because I come back through and sand them, and that should just help with filling any of these gaps, which I'll go grab my sander and I'll show you that right now before I continue on the rest, because I'll probably do all that in a time lapse because you don't want to watch this over and over again and get bored out of your brain. The damp cloth is great for just cleaning off the excess glue before you sand it so you don't clog up your sandpaper. They just need a quick wipe, nothing crazy. Got way too much water on that. And that is how you want to leave it for the painter. See those gaps filled in nicely with a bit of glue in there. So the painter will have minimal gaps to put in these corners here. That's one done. I'll go ahead and I'll do all the rest on time lapse.
So I'm moving this sliding door here just to check that the jamb is still straight where it needs to be before I nail off these architraves.
Architrave's all done. Just gonna shoot off, have some lunch, got a meeting to go to, and then I'll come back and I'll finish the door jambs here and the skirting. For you, I'm sure it'll only be a couple of seconds.
So this is the cupboard door jamb that I was talking about earlier, which is going to cover up that lap and the plaster joints. When building the cupboard door jambs, you should always make sure that the top and the bottom ones are full length and the door legs are cut in between to suit. When it comes to installing the cupboard doors, you don't want any issues. So when installing the frame, I make sure that the top and bottom jambs are straight and perfectly level, as well as the sides are perfectly plumb. Now that we're installing the skirting board trims, I'll just tell you a little tip here. When you have tiles, it's always good to use an offcut to pack them up off the ground to allow the tiler to slide his tiles under. Unfortunately, we couldn't be there on a couple of the days that the tradies came in to finish their works, but now that the painting and the tiling's been completed, Nikki and I are going to go ahead and install this cupboard cabinetry.
So the owner didn't like the shade of light, the more yellower shades of light, so I've just changed it to the white, cool white light, which matches the other lights out in the kitchen. So just sorted them out, put them back in, and happy days. Very nice. Alright, just got some taping to do around the cornice in the bathroom, and then I'll silicone between the tiles and the cornicing. I'm just doing it before I put the shower screen in, that way it's not in the way when I'm trying to do the silicone later. So we'll get this, oh hello again, we'll get this sorted, and then we'll do the shower screen, and then sort the rest of the silicone out. Looks a lot better up there now, nice and sealed off. Righto, I'll continue on with the silicone in here after I install the shower screen, and then I'll silicone everywhere else, and then that's it, shower screen and then silicone all around here. So Nikki and I do these cupboards, so all we have to do is silicone, and that's it, job done. Shower screen's here, so I'll get to installing that. You can see it's just a matter of a couple of little brackets, so I'll drill them out to the bottom, to the side, silicone that. Alright, so I finished the shower screen. That's all in, looking nice. It's got the silicone installed all the way around. Seal it in. Also did the rest of the silicone as well, but I didn't want to bore you with any of that. I mean, you can see it's all done. It's looking real good. Down here, all around the bottom of the vanity, bottom of the toilet, behind there. Also did down in here, did silicone around the bottom of the tiles throughout the whole entire extension. See here, done the doors. They can be orientated whichever way the owner wants. Just left them like that for now. But yeah, it's looking good. I've adjusted the lights. Everything's looking awesome. All done. This is the extension completed. This is where the brick wall used to be. The brick wall of the house used to be here. Used to also be here. We turned in there where the cupboard is. And that was the brick wall. And the door was behind that cupboard there. We've obviously framed that in. But yeah, pretty happy. Pretty happy. Let us know what you think in the comments. Okay, so just quickly before we sign off from this video, I just wanted to say a huge thanks for everyone who's been watching. I know there's a few things that we missed in this video, which is unfortunate, but I've had a few issues with some of the hard drives. Also, not just being able to be there on the day because we've been off doing other jobs and starting other projects as well, which you guys are going to see in the future. And also, if you could let us know what you'd want to see in the next one. But we have a lot of these videos coming up, and we have some other projects that we're going to be showing you very shortly. Some more playlists like this one of like extensions and build-ins, stuff that are going to be there for a few weeks. Let us know what you like, what you'd like to see done better. And also, I've been getting a lot of comments about my toolbox setup. So what I'm going to do is in the future, I'm not sure exactly when I have time hopefully, but I'm going to give you guys a full tour of this setup. Thanks heaps. We'll see you on the next one.